Hello and welcome, Star Wars fans and all lovers of all things Star Wars. We are excited to be here with you guys again today. It's been a little while since we've done one of these live streams, but there's been a lot of other great stuff going on this summer, which we'll chat about. But we are excited to talk some Star Wars, to share some stuff here again today. My name's Patrick, obviously, from our marketing team. We've got a couple other folks here as well.
Hi, I'm Jing. I'm a brand manager here at Hasbro.
And I'm Chris Reif on design here at Hasbro.
Wonderful. So we're excited for this live stream. This is kind of generally in that convention season, back when we had conventions, July, August, kind of celebrating that general timing. But as mentioned, it has been a lot going on since our last live stream. I think our last one was I Am Your Father's Day in June. So it's been a while for live streams, but a lot going on. We had our second fan site celebration of the year in June. We revealed our vintage Bad Batch pack, our Black Series Bad Batch items, our Black Series Power of the Force expression. So a lot of excitement there. And a bit to share about that vintage Bad Batch item. We shared this on some fan site interviews we did, but there are additional quantities that will be available for that item when it's on shelf in early 2022. So that was exciting. Star Wars Entertainment, the Bad Batch Season 1 concluded with that epic finale. So exciting to watch that. We had our convention exclusive reveals in early July. We had our 2D Clone Wars and Black Series Mando Carbonized in late July. So, a little while between live streams, but a lot going on. And we're excited to continue the news here today. So we're going to dive into the show, get right into the news. We're going to start with reveals, starting with our newest expression, Prototype Edition.
That's right. And we did our first one of these figures back in 2019 with Darth Vader and followed up on May the 4th this year with the reveal of our next entry in the series, the Boba Fett figure, which is very cool. But I think we've talked about this before, how during our process of making a new figure, we look at samples of the figures in solid and unpainted colors just to look at sculptural details, check fit and function of the different parts. And some of these figures we get in this way come in these bright, fun colors, just like these. So this is a fun way to share a bit of our process with fans. And for our next reveal of the day is our next entry into this program, and maybe being molded in a different color will help them shoot a little straighter. That's right. It's the Prototype Edition Stormtrooper. So it comes molded in the bright, bold colors that you've seen in the other releases. He'll come in 6 different color variations with the purples, blue, red, orange, yellow, green colors all mixed together. But with this figure for the first time, we're throwing in the colored blasters as well. So the blasters in each one of these figures will be a different color as well, which is a nice, fun little color pop and something new for these things. So packaging continues that fun, saturated colors of the line and kind of that pop style art. And these will be available at Target in the US, Toys R Us in Canada, Fan Channel exclusive in the UK, and available for pre-order tomorrow at 1 Eastern and on shelf later this fall.
Very cool.
Cool. Those look so awesome. I love them. But for now, let's move on to the Black Series. We have one reveal now, but we have more later, I promise. Our first reveal is our next item in the Gaming Greats line. We started this program last year and has continued into this year with some great items, including a new version of Cal Kestis, the Flame Trooper, and Knight Brother Warrior from Jedi Fallen Order. And our most recent reveal was Zalbar from Knights of the Old Republic. Our next item in this line is from Battlefront 2. It's the Jet Trooper. Using that new Clone Trooper body that we love, we were able to modify the torso, including a slide to include a jetpack on this figure. It's not a permanent change to this character. Not all future Clone Troopers will have the slide, but a temporary option that we use for this Gaming Greats figure. And since this is a gaming character, we took close looks at screenshots taken directly from the game, of course, to influence the design, and we're so happy with how it turned out. One thing we've done is to maintain the consistency of the blue for the 501st across the entire line. So that blue is it's consistent across all of the 501st, which we think it looks great. It's a great new troop builder for the line, number 6 in our Gaming Greats collection in that beautiful Black Series line look. Available at GameStop in the US, EB Games in Canada, fan exclusive in UK, available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and on shelf spring of 2022.
And Jing, it's really cool seeing the gaming greats in the new line look. Obviously, gaming greats was one of that first kind of collections within a collection. So really cool kind of seeing that in the new line look.
Yeah, I think it's great. It looks amazing.
All righty, let's shift gears now and talk about The Mandalorian, a little show you all may have heard of. Obviously, it's been woven throughout our line and will continue to be woven through. We've got a few reveals here today, and we're going to start with our vintage carbonized collection. We launched that expression last year with a variety of characters, including the Mandalorian himself, which you're seeing on screen. And it was really great to see these dynamic characters that we love from the television show in this distinctive styling, and see that premium finish applied to the iconic vintage card back, just really kind of seeing it woven throughout the product and the packaging. So we've got 4 more items in this expression to share today, starting with our first reveal. It's a Mandalorian, but of course you're seeing here, we've already done the Mandalorian. So this next one is the Armorer. Looking great there on the screen. Now, obviously, in the original figure, the mainline figure, the helmet and chest were already carbonized. So in this expression, we carbonized the rest of her costume, her armor, cape, etc. Brought that distinctive styling to the whole figure. She really does stand out as a figure with lots of cool carbonized colors. She really stands out in this line. And with her deep colors, it really sets kind of a cool metallic palette for this expression. In terms of packaging, always important with the vintage collection. This does continue the standard that was set with our vintage carbonized collection last year. So you'll see that consistency within the collection. The color taken from the deco is printed on silver foil to create that metallic effect, which is really nice. And obviously, the pill and bubble color tie nicely to the carbonized figure itself for a very cohesive look. So we are excited to see the Armorer come to our vintage carbonized collection. Now, our next entry, coming up next, is one that we haven't done in carbonized in any scale, but the pops of red, as a little hint, make it look really great carbonized. It's the vintage carbonized Incinerator Trooper. So you're seeing it on the screen there. We think it looks great. It has, obviously, that base white for the Incinerator Trooper treated with a pearlescent white, which, if you're recognizing that word pearlescent, this was similar to our 2019 Black Series Jet Trooper, one of our first waves of carbonized in any expression, in any scale. So it's got that pearlescent white, and it really has a cool bold red metallic outline detail, really bringing that finish to the figure. We see a great contrast here, and those red metallics really stand out in a bold way. So a great second entry to this new wave of carbonized figures.
Yeah, very cool. And then up next, for our third one, well, if you're going to have Incinerator Troopers, you need someone to command them. So Moff Gideon. So all the blacks on his outfit and the interior, the red cape lining, all that stuff, just some beautiful metallics popping. So some cool, moody design looks going on there. Just a really nice plus up on this figure. And then finally, for our fourth, we've seen this one carbonized in Black Series already, but it looks so amazing we wanted to see it in vintage as well. And that's right, it's the Shore Trooper for the last one here. So the base sandy color of his armor became a kind of a pearlescent gold. So very cool there. But still, like, this is a super highly decoed figure. So we've got all that on here, all in the carbonized treatment to really maintain the look of this figure. So definitely a unique look here. And this is the first time we're seeing a Shore Trooper on a Mandalorian card back, which is fun. So great new film out from season 2, episode 7. And then all of these vintage carbonized figures are available at Walmart in the US and Canada, and Fan Channel exclusive in the UK. And then, as we sometimes do in order to ensure a better pre-order experience for you, these won't be available for pre-order tomorrow. They'll be pre-ordered on October 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern time, though.
Very cool. It's a cool point about kind of the card back appearing here first. I know we see that occasionally in the line where some of these different expressions see the premiere. So it's cool to be able to see that film out for the first time.
Yeah, very fun.
Yeah, these are awesome, but my favorite is still the Incinerator Trooper. I think that one, just the contrast, exactly what you said, Patrick, the contrast between that red and that pearlescent white, it's gorgeous. I love that one.
Yeah, it's nice that Chris, the design team, does a really cool job of bringing out those contrasts and setting the figures apart. So So nice job there.
Yeah. All right, so that was vintage, but we're going to continue our Mandalorian beat with the Black Series. Just like we launched vintage carbonized last year, we also launched the Black Series credit collection. Again, a variety of characters, including the Mandalorian. Lots of things that we really liked about this expression. Star Wars has such a great heritage of coins on packaging, so it was fun to get the actual currency of the Star Wars universe, the Imperial credits, into these packs. We also have such a great heritage with the influence of concept imagery, and we love the end credits images that we saw from the show. So we loved working that concept imagery into these card backs and decoing the figures to match those artwork.
Yeah, I remember at the end of the first episode of The Mandalorian, like realizing that there were 7 minutes left of the show and kind of those end credits being almost a show in and of themselves. It was really cool.
Yeah, and they like always reflect obviously what happens in that show, but give it that new look and feel, which, you know, we loved obviously. So we're bringing it into our packs. Yeah, so we have 5 new reveals for this program today. And who better to start our reveals with than the Mandalorian? I love this one, but let's just take a quick beat for the credits themselves. We base these off of the Imperial credits that have tech design details on each one. They're all the same base silhouette for the sculpts, but the details on each of the credits are unique. And they also have different colors. So if you collect all 5 of them, you'll notice. We use the artwork from the packaging and the learnings from previous credit collection to make sure that they fit really well on shelf and look cohesive from the waves from last year into this year. And for the figure, we got new color breaks on him. His visor has a new blue stripe, really helps to set him apart. And he comes with this really striking blue cape, accurate to the concept art, of course. The packaging continues the standard set with our first credit collection with a weathered effect on the card to match the mood of the entertainment and set it apart from classic Kenner-inspired packaging. We also have this crackling effect, crackling texture added to the art to match the end credits artwork. And the pill color is pulled directly from the art for a cohesive look to bring it all together. Our packaging team loves to do that, and I think it looks amazing. It showcases great concept art of the Mandalorian in his action shot in his Beskar armor. And we specifically chose this image because it shows a lot of the clear details for the Mandalorian. Available at Amazon in the US, Canada, and UK. Available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and on shelf spring of 2022.
And our second reveal here is the Mandalorian's first ally from the show in season 1. That's Kuiil. So great figure here. Got one here in person to show you. So picking up some of those fun, super saturated colors from the concept art.
I love the hand movement. I feel like the Star Wars fans around the world have gotten to know our hands very well from the backdrops we provide. That's awesome.
Exactly. So, and with this guy, similar to our approach on carbonized and previous credit collection figures, we don't want to mess with the established skin tones of the figures. We feel that it would maybe make things a little weird in these. So we've left that the same, but we punched up the intensity of the colors of the rest of his outfit. You can see there really saturated colors, and then pulled in that great yellow key light that's from the concept art and that shows up on the card back there. So you see that really beautiful stuff. So this guy is available at Amazon in the US, Canada, and the UK. Available for pre-order tomorrow at 1 Eastern and on shelf in spring of 2022.
Joining the Mandalorian and Kuiil in the credit collection, just like he joined them at the end of season 1, it's Greef Karga. He had a significant shift in his color palette in his outfit as well. He looks significantly different than the mainline version. Instead of all the brown tones in his outfit, he has a lot of blues and reds based off of that concept art from the end of season 1. His entire color palette in his outfit changed instead of becoming just simply more saturated. We're also able to bring in some details for the lower half of his body, which was missing from the original art. Available as a fan channel exclusive in the US and Canada. Available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and on shelf spring of 2022.
It's cool seeing them all together. I'm realizing now that there's a lot of kind of blues in the end credit arts from season 2, which obviously matches the logo, and we saw a lot more earth tones in season 1. So it's cool, kind of the collection within a collection within a collection, which is really neat. So in your credit collection displays, fans, so Mando and Queel and Grief Karga, they're obviously going to need someone to battle. And who better to battle, obviously, for the Mandalorian than Moff Gideon? Seeing him here on the screen now. I couldn't, Jing and Chris did a great job of taking them out of package. The packaging is just so beautiful. I couldn't bring myself to do it. But so we took a lot of the same learnings as the Death Trooper last year, if you remember that credit collection item. This art right here, I'm glad I left it in pack. This was part of that same piece of artwork. So we wanted the figure to look as though he also came from that same piece of artwork. Again, kind of the consistency within the expression here. So we used some of the same weathering colors on the figure as we used on that Death Trooper that came previously. And so it forms a nice consistent collection between these two figures. Again, we liked the concept art for this item as it portrays the cold emotions of Moff Gideon, so we thought it was the best representation. It forms a great addition to our credit collection. So this item's available at Best Buy in the US and Canada. It's a fan channel exclusive in the UK. It's available for pre-order tomorrow at, shock alert here, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You're going to hear that a lot, but we're going to keep repeating it to make it easy. And this one is also on shelf in the spring of 2022.
We'll take turns putting them in and out of pack, Patrick. I have some in pack, some out of pack. Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah. And for our final reveal today in the credit collection, we started with a Mandalorian and we're going to end with a Mandalorian. It's the armor. In the artwork, she's seen holding a Mandalorian jetpack. We felt that it was important to include that jetpack with this figure. It's a unique offering and pack out for the credit collection version of this character. You know, first time a credit collection figure has different accessories than the mainline version. We also had significant color shift with this one as well, based on the season 1 concept art. We went more in that direction. This is the hand that Patrick was talking about. We went more in the direction of magenta red. I want to just take a moment. She looks quite a bit different. Like if you notice some of the details the team really pulled in, the design team did a great job with this one. Again, the piece of concept art shows a lot of clear details for this character and tells a good story with an interesting background environment. So we had to use that. Available at GameStop in the US, EB Games in Canada, fan channel exclusive in the UK, available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and on shelf spring of 2022. All right, so that was the credit collection. We have one more Black Series reveal for the live stream before shifting back to the vintage collection, and one more reveal in our Mandalorian theme for the day. So Mandalorian season 1 was awesome. It took the world by storm. We all tuned in. We all loved it. In addition to focusing on other beats from the show, we also made sure to represent some of the key moments that we saw throughout the show. So our next reveal is just such an item highlighting a key scene throughout that we saw from second episode of season 1. It's the build-up pack to help build out the world. It's the Mandalorian and Grogu in Arvala 7. Biggest thing we have here is that brand new painting technique for this one to achieve that caked on mud look. We worked with our factories to develop a new way of painting to get dimensional in paint so that the figure looks accurately caked in mud. It's a little hard to see. Is my hand helping it? It's like caked in mud to get that to get that look. Yeah. So that's how we got this effect. It's not a new sculpt. It's actually dimensional paint. So we thought that was really cool. It's a new technique and we're so excited about how it looks. It may be a little hard to see on camera, but you can see the details.
I found myself leaning forward to get the full view.
Yeah.
That's cool. Hopefully no one saw that. Hopefully no one saw my forehead leaning in there. Subject the fans to that.
I'm sure I was like this too. So it also comes with a mud horn egg, first time in Black Series. And you can actually open it and see it. The Mudhorn egg. And it also comes with a Grogu with a new head sculpt. I'm going to have to use my hands because he's so tiny. He has a closed eyes if you can't see because he's using the force to levitate the Mudhorn from that scene. It's also the first time we've done the first pram in Black Series. First pram. Cool. You'll notice that instead of the child in the packaging, he's listed as Grogu, giving that this item is coming out after we now know what his real name is. Illustrations from these build-up packs can be challenging given the packs contain so much, as you saw, but we work to find that balance, and we love the Mudhorn in the background, giving context for the scene, so we had to include it. So for this one, I am going to bring up the packaging because you can see the little Mudhorn peeking in, or big Mudhorn. It's available. This item is available at Target in the US, Toys R Us in Canada, Fan Channel exclusive in the UK, and this is another item that we won't be pre-ordering tomorrow in order to ensure a better pre-order experience. But it will be on shelf early 2022, and we'll keep you updated if we have any more details to share. That's it for The Mandalorian on today's live stream, but we have more Mandalorian products being revealed and hitting shelves throughout the fall, so definitely stay tuned.
Okay, let's turn back now to the vintage collection. More vintage collection stuff coming up. One of the most iconic things about Star Wars, no spoilers here, is the troopers. We know there are so many different types of troopers, and all of them are iconic, really cool looking, and really distinctive. And we know the importance of troop building to the vintage collection, since that's part of the larger world building mission of the expression. So we are excited to launch a brand new expression in the vintage line. It is a troop building assortment. These are going to be packs of troopers where the focus is on delivering multiple figures. And we are revealing the first one today. Now, first one, if you're going to talk about troop building in Star Wars, there's only one place to start, and that is with the Imperial Stormtrooper. So I'm showing one here, you're seeing four there. So you're seeing kind of the vision for this expression. The Imperial Stormtrooper is obviously, it's the king of troop builders. It's where you have to start. Everyone needs an Imperial army on their shelves with legions of troopers for the Empire. So one thing you're seeing us establish here, you saw that in that image, and I can show figures here, is that we've got each pack coming with 4 different troopers, 4 rifles and 2 heavy rifles. And what we're establishing is that we're including 3 of these grunt troopers. And here you'll get the beauty shot of my hand there. And then 1 squad leader, obviously here posed out with a pauldron showing the rank. So for these troop builder packs, it's something we discussed. We talked about just 4 troopers, but we wanted to deliver the variety within the troops to build out your army. So it's really cool. As you can see here in the image, the focus is all on the product. That's the point of troop building. Even though we know that packaging is iconic within the vintage collection, the product is the focus here. So the product, which I will share right now, takes cues from the vintage collection in a new shipper style package. So we can deliver the troops straight to you. Again, the goal's on the product here. We spent a lot of time striking the right balance with this product for the packaging. For example, we showed the Hasbro logo instead of Kenner, since this isn't based on any classic Kenner form. We always try to follow that precedent, but since this is a new packaging structure, we did put the Hasbro logo on there. The illustration style, again, creating a new style here, but we did match that to the classic black and white line art used on our vehicle boxes. But we also added a pop of red on the pauldron that makes that squad leader stand out, since that is a unique offering within the expression. So we are excited about this new expression. We're excited about delivering troop building, but stay tuned for more. We've got big future plans for this program. Basically, we just can't wait to fill up your shelves with even more troopers. So this item is available on Pulse and Shop Disney in the US, Canada, and the UK. It's available for pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will be on shelf early in 2022. So exciting new troop building program there. Now, moving on in Vintage Collection, more Vintage Collection. Our final figure reveals for the day are all from the Vintage Collection mainline. Some of them have been pipeline revealed, but we are excited to show them in figure form because that's where the magic really comes to life. And I'm sure that you guys are all excited to see them. So first up is a figure you've seen already in a slightly different form and not in a pipeline reveal. So laying those clues there. As we mentioned with that previous reveal, he is coming to mainline. That's what we're showing off here. He checks off a box for a Return of the Jedi Original 96. He's finally coming to the vintage collection. It's the Emperor, seen on screen here in all of his glory. Now, if you do purchase that convention exclusive Emperor that we revealed in July, you'll find that the mainline release comes with a different head sculpt. We wanted to provide those both for the line. And in this one, we wanted to recreate the Emperor's evil expression as he blasts his Force lightning at the end of the movie. He comes complete with that soft goods robe and a plastic hood, which shapes nicely around the face. Again, the design team struck a nice balance there in how to deliver that full offering with the plastic hood and the soft goods robe. And one thing we do want to call out is the vintage collection number for this item. We don't always announce these because they can change and we don't want to cause any confusion, but this is a special one. The Emperor is the biggest villain in Star Wars, very iconic figure, and it's only fitting that he have vintage collection number 200. So he marks the vintage collection's entry into the next 100 figures in the line. And of course, the packaging will harken back to that original Kenner packaging. So an exciting addition to the line. Hopefully you guys are excited as we are, because we're just thrilled to see him make his entry in the line. So up next, our next reveal for Vintage Mainline is another favorite from the original trilogy and another original 96 figure. If you got the Bespin Carbon Freezing Chamber, which we revealed last year, you're seeing on screen here, you are going to want this next reveal because it is Lobot. Pipeline revealed a couple of months ago. We're product revealing him now. So he has obviously been revised since his Kenner days, but he's long deserving of an update. We're excited to get him into the line. Our team worked really hard to capture the best portrait sculpt that he's ever had, really bringing those details to life. You'll see a lot of details in his android mechanics in the back of his head, which really kind of completes that figure. And of course, you're seeing here, we had to faithfully replicate his 1970s style puffy sleeves. So he is all dudded up to go hit the town. He comes with an E11 rifle from the moment where he's handed one in the hallway. And he's, as mentioned, another great figure to continue building out that Bespin Carbon Freezing Chamber. You're seeing the packaging here. For the packaging, again, we work to recreate that original film out as closely as possible, which we always try to do on original 96 figures. So Lobot, another exciting addition to the line.
Those sleeves did it
That's
for
right.
me.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
I was on the fence before, but the sleeves, they really sell you.
Yeah. No, we're bringing it back. Now we're going to start seeing it.
Yep. Love it.
Oh, and who doesn't love that hairline? I mean, look at that.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. Classic look.
Aw.
Our final TVC product reveal for the day, and also a Return of the Jedi Original 96 figure from the original trilogy. Although we saw him recently looking a little bit different, it is Bib Fortuna. Another incredible addition to the line. This one turned out so great. We worked to bring to life the crazy details on his face. He's got these little things hanging down from his chin and the little details all over his Liku, all that stuff. So just lots of great care from the team to replicate all that stuff. And everything from the sculpt to the deco with the wash detail to really highlight that and pull out all those details. The tentacles on his head, they're flexible, so not super flexible, so they won't fall around, but you can pose and move them around. Just really great balance on everything there. So long fingernails, so you get those great creepy poses and stuff that you've seen in some of the art and in the movies. Brought it all together with the soft goods robe and skirt to really capture the great detail of that. So you see all those layers and stuff on that robe, just beautiful in person. So these three figures are all available at most major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse in the US, Canada, and the UK. Available for pre-order, you guessed it, tomorrow at 1 Eastern time, and on shelf spring of 2022.
That's awesome. If Lobot's bringing back those puffy sleeves, Bib's bringing back those long fingernails. We're going to see those sweeping the nation.
Gosh.
Maybe. I want to see you show up at work Patrick with long
There you go.
fingernails.
Exactly.
And we know they're
Yeah.
back. We said those TVC reveals were our final figure product reveals, and that was true. But we do have one final product reveal for the day. It's just not a figure. It's in our Force FX Elite line. So we'll take a look here. But as you know, the Force FX Elite lines are premium role-play lightsabers. So packed with features to really make them as realistic and authentic as we can. We saw this saber a couple years ago and knew it was going to make it to the line eventually. And so for our first Force FX Elite line, this is the first time we've done this blade color, and it's got some great new features. It's the Rey Skywalker lightsaber from Rise of Skywalker. So, all right, and I've got one of them in hand. So let's take a look. This thing is fantastic. So all these great details and fabric wrap. And one of my favorite things is that we did this rotating switch here for the ignite feature, but fabric wrap just does all this great. It wears in over time, so it's nice and clean. Here, I'll grab another one. This one's got the blade on it, but you can see here, if you watch close inside these little holes, you'll see the blade ignite when I rotate this.
Oh, wow.
So you get a great little flash of the green and blue, just like in the show.
Yeah.
I love the yellow on that. It looks so good.
It does. The yellow is great. It's kind of like really deep golden orange yellow. And then I'll do this again, but if you look inside these holes here on the neck, you'll see a little flash of blue and green.
Oh, wow.
Just super accurate and timed out to the movie. So just great details like that. The sounds in here were all created for the movie. They weren't all used in the movie, but they were created for it. So this is a great chance to really hear all those sounds created for that and really get the full experience. The secondary activation button for all those great other features, the wall cut and stuff, that's all in here. The blaster deflect, everything that we've done on previous ones. If I take the emitter end off of this thing, so you see the pedals here all folded flat, take it off of this one. So I've got this part now, and I take it and I go to put it over the blade. You can see those pop open, and then you slide that down on. So then you've got the open pedals on the one with the blade in it. So get some great articulation out of those things, like folding back, nice clicks into place, just beautiful stuff. So really great things like the weathering on the fabric, some printed on stuff, but then it's also designed so that with these raw edges of the fabric, it'll wear in over time. So the more you hold it and more you interact with it, like this one that I've got here is a great example where I've just been playing with this one a bunch. So these edges have started to fray a little bit more and look even more like the prop. So just beautiful, fun stuff there. So one of my favorites that we've ever done. Just a great piece. So
Not a first there. That's
other
awesome.
things are, yeah. And the packaging for this kind of follows the same style as we have for previous FX Elite lightsabers. So you see that like great new yellow colors there, all that. So just super excited about this one. And between the sounds and all the features and the switch activation stuff, all that's just really great. So this one available at most major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse, in the US, Canada, UK, available for pre-order tomorrow at 1 Eastern time and on shelf spring of 2022.
And Chris, I'm seeing this is the first time we have Rey Skywalker on package, right? Spoiler alert. Right? I think this is the first item that we've had Rey Skywalker on package for, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, very cool.
That's awesome. It's a great new addition to the line. Well, that is it for product reveals, but we shared on our last live stream that pipeline reveals would be a regular segment moving forward, which we love. This provides a look further down the pipeline. As always, we don't have product to reveal, so the official product reveal and pre-order will be at a future event, but we do want to reveal some more of the characters that we're doing across all segments. And Jing's going to kick us off.
Yeah, I'll start off with Black Series. And so our next pipeline reveal is the next wave of Archive. We know these aren't new figures, but these are some of our most popular figures in the history of the line, so we had to bring them back. Again, we want to provide, like Patrick said, some more visibility to you guys, so we were excited to share our next wave of the archive collection. Our first member of this wave hasn't been in the line as a single figure in over 6 years. And as mentioned earlier in this live stream, he's one of the biggest villains in all of Star Wars. It's Emperor Palpatine. Excited to get him back into the line. We'll make sure to incorporate some of the updates we saw in 2019. Second, also from Return of the Jedi, but from an earlier act, it's Lando Calrissian Skiff-Guard. Third, up next, it's been a long time since this version of the character has been in the line, over 4 years. From earlier in the original trilogy, it's A New Hope C-3PO. And our final archive pipeline reveal is from the Empire Strikes Back Bounty Hunter lineup, really popular with the fans. We've brought them all back into the line, except this one. It's Dengar.
That's awesome. It's great to see those. It's great to see kind of the original trilogy represented there. Still such a vibrant part, the main part, the starting point of the whole saga. So some great archive pipeline reveals. So that's it for our Black Series pipeline reveals. Again, as a regular segment, we're going to be doing, a little bit of these at a time. So let's take a look now into the pipeline for the vintage collection. Now, our first two pipeline reveals are repacks, but they're figures we're excited to get back into the line. And again, we want to provide that visibility into the pipeline. So up first is everyone's favorite Jedi Master. Of course, it's Yoda. Key character to get back into the line. Excited to show him as a pipeline reveal. Up next for vintage, another repack, but an important one. We talked about troopers earlier. These are some of the most elite troopers out there. It's the Clone Trooper 501st Legion, the 501st Clone Trooper. So another character we're excited to get back into the line. And our final two vintage pipeline reveals will be new entries to the line. So not just repacks. Up first, we've got another great trooper from the Clone Wars, but not a clone trooper. It's the Mandalorian Death Watch Airborne Trooper. Long name, but a great figure there. We're excited to get him into the line. And finally, our final pipeline reveal for the vintage collection. There's no introduction needed for this guy. It's Figrin Dan. We have heard the request for background aliens, especially from the iconic Cantina scene, and we're excited for him to join the line. So some great new additions for the vintage collection.
So one final pipeline reveal from our Force FX Elite line. So we showed the Rey Skywalker lightsaber, and we're excited to see that hit the shelves. But we wanted to share a look down the pipe to our next Force FX Elite item, and that one is from the Rise of Skywalker. Showed us some fantastic new lightsaber designs, and for this one, it's Leia Organa's lightsaber. This thing is beautiful, so can't wait for that.
Absolutely. So that's it for pipeline reveals. Again, this is a look further down the pipeline, so we wouldn't expect these items to be out until next year, in some cases closer to the middle of the year. So we're getting into 2022 at this point. If you are excited for those selects, get excited for the product reveal and pre-order later this year. And again, in some cases, we're starting to get into 2022. And we're going to continue sharing these pipeline reveals. Again, regular segment, a little bit at a time. Now, before we go, we've got so much news. We wanted to share an update on our HasLab Razor Crest. So first, an update on shipping. When we launched the campaign almost a year ago now, it's crazy, we said the item would be shipping in fall of 2021. Now, due to the large number of backers, obviously, I think around 29,000, there's been a slight update to this shipping info. We now expect all fans to get their Razor Crest by early in 2022, in January. So a little bit of a shift there by about a month or so, again, due to the overwhelming number of backers, which was great for the line. As always, this is subject to change. We'll keep you guys updated, but we wanted to let you know the update at this point so we know what we're tracking to. So that's the update on shipping.
Right, so that's when you're going to get them, but something fun now, a much more interesting update for you guys is the packaging. So love to share this with you. So in our last live stream, we shared the behind the scenes video from the photo shoot where you saw us working on this, but the teams had a chance to take those photos and really go through and work to produce the packaging. So you're seeing some shots here of it. Just, I love this thing on so many levels. Like it just excites me, just the packaging. So the day we did this, the model arrived right as we were starting to shoot. So it was super fast paced that morning. We were running around trying to get everything right. It ended up being a 2-day photo shoot just to get all the scenes and all the shots we needed. You can see we tied it closely to the style of the barge, which referenced all the classic Kenner stuff. So that great line art on the back and sides there, and the look of kind of that applied label on the originals, but here it's obviously printed, much better quality. So just beautiful stuff. It, like, you can see the shots here, just how much fun we had playing with all the different scenes for the thing. One of my favorites is the shot that's actually on the bottom of the box, and we've got a shot here that shows that, so you can get a peek at it. But it shows all the inner details of the ship, but it's also like took the chance to like have the Jawas pull every panel off the ship, and we've got Jawas hidden around, like holding panels, carrying panels of the ship off. There's even one in the cockpit, so if you look close in the shot, you'll see a little Jawa peeking out from the cockpit, messing around in there. So just an amazing package, and this thing is exceeding all of my expectations. It's beautiful in so many ways. So really excited. All those details in there. This thing is great and just beautiful in so many ways, and can't wait for everyone to start receiving these things.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be watching the shipping notices. Excited to get that one in hand. All right, some final housekeeping, important details here. As I'm sure you guys know, earlier this year, we revealed the vintage collection IG-11 Lando Calrissian in his classic look and Tebow. You're seeing them on the screen here. At the time, they didn't go on pre-order, and that's because we heard an ask from you guys, from the fan community, to wait until we can pre-order an entire case. And the final item in that case was the vintage Emperor that was revealed earlier in the stream. So we're going to try this out and see how it goes. We're not necessarily going to do this all the time, but we're going to see what happens when we pre-order an entire case. So this entire case pack, including IG-11, Lando and Tebow, and the Emperor, will go on pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's all these items, as we said, for the Emperor, are available at most major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse, in the US, Canada, and the UK. So if you've been waiting for any of those items, tomorrow's the day. And one final update for the vintage Antok Merrick X-Wing. This is another pre-order update. So we showed this one at FanFest earlier this year. We revealed the item, and it also did not go on pre-order at the time. We wanted to provide an update here. So again, to ensure a better pre-order experience for you, this item just isn't going to go on pre-order. It should be on shelves just the way we've always done it, shortly at a Target in the US near you, or whatever retailers we announced at the time when we revealed it. So this one going straight to shelves, you will see it soon. That is it for today, fans, but 2021 has been great so far. We've got a lot planned for this fall and into the winter. It's going to be an action-packed rest of the year. Look for more reveals later this month. And then, of course, we cannot wait for PulseCon 2021 in October. That's going to be amazing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Hasbro Pulse YouTube page for more Fan First Friday and other great content. And fans, as always, Chris and Jing, it's been a pleasure. May the Force be with you.
Bye.
See you, everybody.